guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Skool. How are you all getting on out there, guys? I hope you're keeping well. What a time it's been for the club, guys. After that chastening, sobering defeat to Liverpool at Anfield at the weekend, we find ourselves facing Newcastle on Saturday. Some way kind of fortunate, we're still in position, but we'll have to see the way it goes at the weekend. I think we can win the game. I think it's a game that we can get to 3 points, but just have to flash the old Arsenal there, guys. But it's not going to be easy. Definitely not. We have 20 points from 12 games. Yeah. So it is what it is. There was a definite lack of firepower in the team, in the squad, and that is something that needs to be addressed. After the defeat to Liverpool, it was a 4-0 defeat. Add that to the other defeats against the big three, in my opinion: Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. We lost 5-0 to City, 2-0 to Chelsea, 4-0 to Liverpool. That's 11 goals conceded, no goals scored. In all 3 of those games, we didn't score. Something is wrong there. I mean, people talk about this 10-match unbeaten run that we went on. But really, guys, how many wins did we get out of that? Spurs have had endless problems this season. Changed the manager, bang out of form. They're just a point behind us now. Okay, we lost the last game out. They beat Leeds. They came from behind to win the game in Antonio Conte's first game in charge. But we have problems. I mean, it's not as straight cut as that. You know, we definitely need a DM, defensive midfielder, and we definitely need a forward. We're not scoring enough goals, not by a long shot. If it wasn't for Aaron Ramsdale, it could have been a lot worse against Liverpool. He kept us in the game for a long time. I'm going to get into that later. I did a live stream earlier. Check it out if you can. I want to start, as always, like I do, guys, by thanking everybody for supporting me over the last 3 years since I started my channel in 2018. In May 2018, I started this channel, guys, from an Arsenal fan for the Arsenal fans. I now have over 1,200 subscribers, which I have fought very hard to get. It's not been easy, and I'm approaching monetization. Monetization should be the aim of every single YouTuber out there as soon as they start their channel. That should be the goal. Not about the financial side, this, that, and the other. Of course, that's nice, but small YouTuber like me is never going to earn enough to live. But it's nice to get there and to actually realize our goals and hit monetization. And that should be the aim, like I said, of every YouTuber out there. Small thing, guys, step by step, do it. Like I said, thank you to everybody for supporting me. Smash the like in this video for me. Subscribe to my channel, Skool, if you haven't already. And make sure you click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time I upload content. Of course, guys, I'm going to talk about the Arsenal situation later. But the big story, guys, was all about that man, Karim, the criminal Benzema. What more can I say about this man, guys? I mean, he's been in a lot of trouble recently, and now finally he's after getting his just desserts. Taib is in the house. All right, Taib, what's going on, man? How's the form with you? I hope you're keeping well. I was just going to talk about the... Very welcome to the show, Taib, man. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just going to talk about Karim Benzema and the whole situation with him. I did a video about it earlier. I did the live stream where I touched on it. Now I'm going to look into it a bit more. I mean, he's been found guilty in the sex tape black case. Maybe we should send that sex tape to Warren. He likes anything. But anyway, let's keep it clean. France and Real Madrid striker Karim Benzema has been found guilty of conspiring to blackmail a fellow French footballer with a sex tape. A judge has handed Benzema a 1-year suspended sentence, guys. And he's been ordered to pay €75,000. That's £63,000 sterling, guys. So that's about it. Put up on the screen there. I'm good, Taib, man. I'm good. I'm keeping well. I'm keeping myself busy. Benzema was one of 5 people put on trial last month over an attempt to extort Frenchman and fellow French international Mathieu Valbuena Valbuena now at the moment is at Olympiacos in Greece. Benzema, of course, is still playing for Real Madrid. There, of course, he wasn't in court today. He wasn't in court in Versailles. It's only his lawyers are present because he's in Moldova, because Real Madrid are playing in the Champions League against Sharif. So they lost last time out at the Bernabeu to Sharif. So I hope that this time out they can get the best of them. It's going to be a tough one. The scandal has stunned the football community in France, and both players lost their national team places. The case dates back to June 2015 when the two footballers were at a French training camp. At the camp, Benzema put pressure on Valbuena to pay off the blackmailers whom he had conspired with to act as an intermediary. Prosecutors. He's always denied the allegations and insists he was only trying to help Valbuena out get rid of the compromising video. I don't know, it stinks to high heaven for me anyway. Benzema for me is as guilty as sin, and you can see straight through his lies. He, of course, is back playing with the French national side, and like I said, tonight he is in Moldova playing Sheriff Tiraspol. He wasn't present, like I said, in Versailles, and he's going to challenge the court ruling. A very interesting case there. I mean, it was crazy stuff what was going on there. I did a video about it, like I said. I was expecting it to heat up like there's no tomorrow. Unfortunately, it hasn't as yet, but maybe it will. But let's get back into it, guys. A huge game ahead at the weekend. Of course, today is Wednesday. On Saturday, we host Newcastle United. They are rock bottom of the Premier League. Let me just check that there. Yeah, they're rock bottom. 12 games, no wins, 6 losses, 6 draws, 6 points. They've scored 15 and they've conceded 27. So they have a minus 12 goal difference. They have no wins at all this season out of 12 matches. It's been a tough time for Newcastle United. And now they have to go to Arsenal. I honestly think we're going to put the game to bed. I know a few people think that maybe Newcastle are going to get the best of it, but I can't see them having a prayer against Arsenal in their current form. I think they're going to be overturned. I think it's going to be a very difficult game for them. And I can't see them getting anything out of the match, to be honest. It's going to be a very, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for them. I can't see how things can be turned around. I honestly don't see that changing at all. It's like mission impossible, if you ask me. They're going to be really up against it. And we'll have to see how things work out. It is what it is. 12 games and no win speaks for itself. The team is listless at the moment. It should be an easy 3 points for Arsenal. But we need to go out and make sure of it. I said before the Liverpool game, if we got 6 points out of 9, I'd be happy enough. So when the Newcastle win, we'll have the 6 points out of 9. I wrote the game off against Liverpool completely before it. I knew we wouldn't have a chance. I knew we wouldn't be able to match them. Liverpool have an incredible team. One of the only players to come out of that game with a little bit of credit was, of course, our number one, Bert Leno's best friend, Aaron Ramsdale. He was the only guy to come out of that game with a little bit of credit, guys. Any bit of credit at all. So I see you have a couple of people tuning into the live stream. Welcome along, guys. This is just water, by the way, in a Lucozade bottle. I haven't hit the hard stuff yet. Throat's a little bit dry, guys. So, just going to keep it going. The Liverpool game was, of course, disappointing. But at least now we can look ahead to the Newcastle game with a little bit of confidence. We should, like I said, be able to take the 3 points. We should get the better of them. It's not beyond us to win that game. I'm really looking forward to that game. I can't wait to see how it works out. Taking 3 points is the most important thing. But to be honest, the whole Mikel Arteta situation, him getting fired up on a sideline against Jurgen Klopp, I mean, he still failed to motivate the players when it mattered and to give the team that little something they needed at halftime to go out and push on. We were 1-0 down. It got worse after that. He made a couple of substitutions. It got worse again. Oh, man, where do I go from here? I mean, like, the way things are at the moment, I can honestly see us doing better with a much better coach. there's a lot of players in our squad. They're very good players. We have some deadwood like Elneny, a nothing player, like that clown Shaka, another nothing player. Hopefully Shaka will never come back. Hopefully it's a permanent injury and he'll break both his legs or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't wish any badness on him. I just don't want to see him playing for my club anymore because he's a crap player and he's a very bad role model for young people. He's a disgrace. You know what I mean? Any player that takes off the captain's armband and throws it onto the pitch, throws it on the floor like that, that's him gone for me anyway. He's out there. But of course, a yes man like Arteta, a fanboy, he's not going to do anything about that. You know what I mean? A muppet. But look, the way things are, the way it's looking, if another coach came in, I think he could get much more out of the squad than Mikel Arteta ever will. He's taken the team at this point now as far as they can go. We're in fifth. Rather luckily, we stay in fifth after that mauling at Anfield by Liverpool. But Mikel Arteta, as a coach, United fans are the lucky ones because they're after getting rid of Solskjaer. But we're stuck with our clown. We're stuck with our Solskjaer. And why? You know what I mean? I mean, it was very bad for us at the start of the season. We were down in 20th place. United are on 8th. That's enough for them to send him back in. But us, we don't have the same standards or what? We don't have the same aims. We don't want to get rid of him. He's a terrible, terrible player. I mean to say, he's a very, very bad manager. He was a crap player. Oh man, Xhaka, Elneny, Holding. I mean, why did he give Holding and Xhaka new contracts? I mean, that for me doesn't make sense at all. No way, shape, or form. I'm just going to take that comment off from Taib there in case he gets confused. It's seen his name up there for so long, or in case I get confused. But yeah, guys, it's kind of crazy, you know? It's kind of mad. But it is what it is. Say no more about it. It is what it is. Let me just try to get contact with a couple of guys here and try to draw a bit of support for my channel. Alright, that's basically it. We've been kind of messing around with a 4-2-3-1 recently. I honestly would play against Newcastle United. Of course, we host them on Saturday at the Emirates in the early kickoff at 12:30. I honestly would play we've been kind of messing with the 4-2-3-1. That's not a bad system, to be honest, and I think it could work well against him. But I always favour a 4-4-2. I think it's more solid. I think you have two banks of four protecting the goalkeeper, which is what we need. The last thing we want to do is get exploited by Newcastle and end up joined again. We need the 3 points. We need even more than they. And believe it or not, even though they're down rock bottom, 12 games and no wins, we need the win. And we need the 3 points. And we need to make sure of it from the very first minute, that we approach the game in the right manner, that we set the tone and we put them under pressure. I'm sure the team will do that. Of course, Newcastle aren't at the level of Liverpool. They're not going to press us as hard as Liverpool did. They're not going to push us back. But we need to make sure that we kill them off. We have had a problem in the goal scoring this season. We're not a free scoring team. You know what I mean? We need to kill games off. I mean, Spurs at the Emirates, I remember that game. That was a very good game. And it was a good performance. But we need to be on the ball with this, you know. And we need to be doing the business. There's no other way about it. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. Mikel Arteta, of course, his reaction with Jurgen Klopp on the sideline for the Sadio Mane tackle, he was well up for it. He was well up for it. He was fired up. He was emotional. But the team didn't follow suit. The team didn't react the same. And he has to motivate them. I mean, when it was 1-0 at halftime, we were still in the game. After that, he got trashed. What he says to the team at halftime, I honestly don't know, because he fails to motivate them in any way, shape, or form. And that, for me, is bad enough in itself. Why he does it, why he can't move things on, why he can't get things going, I honestly don't know. It's as simple as that. I see there's a couple of people tuning along to live streams. Leave a comment in the comment section. Yeah, I'll get around to it. I'll post it up on the screen and we can have a chat. A massive game ahead for the club at the weekend when you consider the defeat we had last time against Liverpool. We need to do business. We need to get something out of that game. Absolutely 110%. Newcastle have their own problems. I mean, they're in a bad place right now. I would hate to beat them. I mean, they have the new owners that came in, the Saudi Arabian consortium, the royal family of Saudi Arabia, but the team has slipped and slipped and slipped even further into the mire. So I honestly don't know what they're going to do in that situation. It's a tough one for them. Arsenal, on the other hand, even though we lost, we're still up in fifth and we're still in a European place. I don't know would I like us getting into Europe. I have a guy that comes on my live stream regularly, McManus Sense. If you haven't, guys, check out his YouTube channel. I'm not going to say what it's about. I want it to be a surprise. But check out his YouTube channel, guys. But to be honest, we're lucky that we're in fifth, but I wouldn't like to see us get into Europe. And like him, I feel the same because I think we have slipped to a very bad level. And I think if we went into Europe now, I think we would be trashed. I think we would lose very, very badly. That's my opinion on that. I think it would be a very, very, very tough time for us because we have regressed so much under Mikel Arteta. All of the big games that we come up in, we know the position, we know what they're going to do. We have lost to Chelsea. We got hammered in all three of those games, blown off the field. Not hammered like United against Liverpool. That was a hammering of a different level. Not hammered like United against Watford. That was one hell of a hammering. But against Liverpool, we got a hammering. We got trashed. Maybe similar to Watford against United, but nowhere near what Liverpool did to United. They absolutely mangled them. We didn't lose as bad as that, but we don't do it against the big teams ever. After Newcastle United, as far as I know, we've got Man United coming up. We're going to do something in that game. It's going to be a tough one. I mean, that is not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. Newcastle is tough and United are tough. United are without Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now. Michael Carrick has taken over. PK I saw was at the news conference. What's that central defender, that English guy they have? Guy that likes to fight after a couple of pints. He was at the press conference. It is what it is, you know. You can only beat the teams in front of you, guys, and we're going to have to try to beat Newcastle and Man U. The both of them lie in our way. We need to do something against Man United. That is a massive game. As far as I know, that game is at Old Trafford. But let me just check. Away to them, it's going to be a tough one. There's no doubt about it. Because they're a team with a lot to prove. Let's see. I think United are actually playing Chelsea at the weekend, believe it or not. So God help them in that game. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah. And then the next one up on the 2nd of December, it's Man United versus Arsenal. That's going to be a game and a half. I mean, that's going to be a serious match. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. But yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. It is what it is, guys. You know what I mean? But let's get stuck in and let's see what we can do in that game. It's not going to be a straightforward one. It's going to be a tough one at Old Trafford. If we got anything out of the game, I'd be happy, to be honest. They haven't been playing well, United. We're not exactly setting the world on fire. But yeah, great to see so many people tuning in, guys. I hope you're enjoying the live stream so far. I just want to do like I always do, guys. Everybody your continued support to my channel. Thanks for all your likes, your subscribes, and your comments. I really appreciate it. Smash the like in this video for me. Subscribe to my channel also, if you haven't already. And don't forget to click on the notifications bell. You get notified every time I upload content. I'm uploading a lot of quality content right now. I'm doing a lot of live streaming. So come on, join in, and have some fun with it, guys. Enjoy it. It is what it is. Winter's coming in, guys. It's a good time for YouTubers to get on it. Make as much content as you can and put it out there unashamedly. I'm not setting the world on fire with my channel, guys, but I'm creating content. I'm doing it for the football club and for the fans of the club. But definitely not Mikel Arteta and Granit Xhaka. I'm not doing a thing for them. Yeah, sorry. I'm just being honest. It's as simple as that, guys. But look, it is what it is. We'll take it as it comes, yeah. Arsenal fans, we've been under the cosh for a long time, guys. We've been stuck with this useless manager. There's nobody in charge of our club. I would love to see him removed from the club one day. I don't know why when Patrick Vieira was looking to come and manage a team in London, He went, of course, to Crystal Palace and he's been working wonders there. Why didn't we make a move for Patrick Vieira and give Mikel Arteta the old heave-ho? That to me would have made perfect sense. You know what I mean? If we got rid of Mikel Arteta. But of course, the powers that be, they decided to keep him at the club. He should have went a year ago, November of last year. Would have been a good time to get rid of him. We didn't do it. We couldn't manage it. We couldn't push him away. And now look at the position we find ourselves in. It's going from bad to worse. He's taken us now to the point where we can only go this far. We can't go any further than this. In my opinion, he can't take the team any further than he already has. We need a new manager to come in, shake things up a bit, liven things up, and make some changes. And get rid of someone that good. What about the DM we need, the defensive midfielder? Against Liverpool, that was badly lacking, that defensive midfielder. Against all of the top teams, never mind just the top teams, all of the teams we played, you can see that we need someone to protect, to play, and to hold in front of the back four. And what does Gabriel Martinelli have to do to get a game in the forwards? We're struggling in the forwards. We can't score enough goals. What the hell does Martinelli have to do to actually hit the front there? It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean to say, absolutely, you know what I mean? What can you say, guys? What can you say? It's been a real roller coaster. It's been a tough time under Mikel Arteta. And like I said, I think now he's taking the team as far as he possibly can. We're in 5th. It's not going to get better than that for us this season. I can see us slipping down to 8th, maybe 10th. I don't think we're going to hold that position. From what I've seen against the bigger clubs, we got absolutely stuffed. I mean, if we lose to Man United, where does that leave us? You know what I mean? If we can't even score at Old Trafford, what's going to happen then? And they're not exactly setting the world on fire. Liverpool, City and Chelsea are light years above them. They'd wipe the floor with them any day of the week, just like they would with us. So we honestly need to go and do something in that game. Can't just rely on taking points at home against the likes of Newcastle United. Relegation fodder. They're down in 20th place. 12 games played, no wins. You know what I mean? They haven't won a single game in 12. They haven't won a game all season. So we can't just be relying on taking 3 points against cannon fodder teams, against relegation fodder teams. We need to go away as well and prove it up in Manchester that we have a team, that we can do something. Like we should have done in Liverpool. At least put up a fight and get on the score sheet and actually score. Didn't even score a single goal. Got absolutely trounced. If it wasn't for Aaron Ramsdale, it could have been a cricket score. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have lost as bad as United did to Liverpool. They got absolutely annihilated. But we still got trashed and well beaten. And nobody can say anything about that. It is what it is. No more to say about it, guys. It's been a tough time for Arsenal fans so far, and we need that 3 points in Newcastle at the weekend. Like I said, we've been messing around with a 4-2-3-1. I like that formation, and I think that formation could work against Newcastle. But it all depends on the players that we put into the positions that Arteta actually picks. And I hope to pray, and God Almighty, that Granit Xhaka doesn't come back soon. I don't know how long he's got left in his recovery, but please, God, don't play Granit Xhaka. I mean, I just couldn't take it if he came back. Absolute nightmare. Say no more about it. Alright, let's keep this live stream going, guys. Not many people tuned in right now, but if you saw earlier, I was talking about Karim Benzema and the whole situation there. The blackmailing. He's been found guilty in a French court in Marseille today. Of course, I'm referring to the whole blackmailing incident of French international player, Real Madrid legend, Karim Benzema. He was in 2015, I think, with Mathieu Valbuena. They were in a French training camp, and there was a sex tape surfaced, and there was a blackmailing incident happened. Benzema says that he was only trying to help Valbuena, but it looks like he was acting as an intermediary between the blackmailers and Valbuena himself, which is a very painful thing for Valbuena because he actually thought it was going to affect his French international career if the video surfaced. And of course, Valbuena and Karim Benzema were both released by the French national side, and they weren't picked for selection for a long time. Now Benzema is back in the mix. Of course, he's still playing for Real Madrid, an important player for them. They're in the Champions League tonight over to Moldova against Sharif. They actually lost in Madrid against that team, so maybe they can beat them away now. I don't know. Sharif are dangerous enough, to be honest. Maybe Real underestimated them, but Sharif are definitely a team that can do something and they can score goals. I think they became 2-0 at the Bernabeu. But it's going to be a really, it's an interesting thing what was happening there. Benzema got a 1-year suspended sentence and he had to pay €75,000 fine. But he was lucky to get a 1-year suspended sentence. He wasn't at the trial himself, of course, in Versailles, because, like I said, he's at the Champions League game. He's away with Real Madrid in Moldova against Sharif in the Champions League. But his lawyers have contested it, and they said that none of it was real what happened, and it just wasn't really what was going on out there. So we'll have to see what happens, We'll have to see what happens. It's as simple as that. But as it is, as we see things, we just have to see how it progresses there. It's a very interesting case. I myself wouldn't trust Karim Benzema as far as I could throw him, and that wouldn't be fair, guys. He's a big, strong guy, if you get my meaning. I wouldn't trust him as far as I throw him. I think he sold teammate Valbuena down the river. I think he's unscrupulous, and I'm glad that the court case that they found him guilty. I mean, the evidence is there for all to see. He had a role to play in it, and for some reason he was trying to extort the money out of him, which I can't understand because he's got more cash than anyone could ever need or want. I mean, maybe he was doing it for the energy rush, for the buzz, but he's a creep. I mean, he's a scumbag if he's doing it for that. Especially to the guy, all it was a bit of a sex tape, trying to blackmail him then so the tape doesn't get released. I mean, that is lowest of the low, man. What a scumbag. So I'm glad he was found guilty. It's a pity he avoided the jail sentence. I think it would have maybe taught him and other players that do this kind of crap a lesson. It would have been their just desserts. But yeah, I see there's a couple of people watching the stream now. Welcome along, guys. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. Like this video for me, and don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel, Old School Gunner, if you haven't already. Click on the notification bell that you can notified every time I upload content. I'm uploading a lot of quality content right now. I'm just talking about the Karim Benzema situation, what was actually happening there. He was found guilty, of course, at a court in Versailles today. He wasn't at the court case himself, he just had his lawyers because he's away with Real Madrid in Moldova in the Champions League. They're playing Sharif Tiraspol tonight. So he wasn't there, but his lawyer said he's going to contest it. He got a €75,000 fine and a 1-year suspended sentence. He was found guilty of his part in it. Altogether, there was 5 people in the dock, 5 people being prosecuted. And yeah, there was a blackmailing gang, and they used Benzema to try to convince Valbuena to pay the money. Whether he was afraid of them, whether they were dangerous guys, I don't know. But they definitely influenced him to play a part in it and put a little bit of pressure on Valbuena and kind of encourage him, make him fearful of what might happen if the tape surfaced, that he would pay them. I mean, that's not a friend being a friend, guys. And they're French international teammates. I mean, that's not how you help somebody out. Tells you a lot about the character of that guy, I want to trust him as far as I throw him anyway. For me, he is 110% guilty. Say no more about it. But back to Arsenal, guys. We had a very, very, very bad result away to Liverpool last weekend. Now we have a chance to make amends against Newcastle. It's a game we should win comfortably. I see a lot of Arsenal fans come on my live stream and they don't think we can win. I understand that maybe they're a bit nervy and they think anything can happen on the day. We're not in the best of form right now. But definitely we have enough quality to put them to bed, to win that game. It should not be a problem in any way, shape or form. We should have enough to win that game. They haven't won a game all season. 12 games, no wins. Not a single victory. There should be no problem us taking the 3 points against them. If we don't, it's not going to look good heading into the United match. Because that for me is going to be a tough game. We have to play Manchester United. It is what it is, but it's not going to be straightforward. It is not going to be an easy match for us. Whichever way you want to look at it, it's going to be a real test, the game against United at Old Trafford. You just have to see the way it goes. Rooney Aldo is back in again. Nice to see somebody actually contributing to my live stream. I've been talking away there for about 20 minutes with nobody even contributing. Your prediction is 2-2. Is that in the Arsenal United match? You think it's going to be 2-2? Look, if Arsenal score 2 goals away from home, it'll be a miracle. Anyway, how are you getting on anyway, man? I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you for tuning in again. I can imagine you're very happy with the win yesterday against the Villarreal in Spain. United and tough game in the same sentence. You always beat us. Because I know Arsenal are not looking too good right now, to be honest. And United will be a little bit invigorated. Ole is gone, and there's a lot of guys out there have a point to prove, but we'll see. Ronaldo, Newcastle versus Arsenal 2-2. Do you think Newcastle are going to actually get a draw with Arsenal at the Emirates? They haven't won a game all season. 12 games, no wins. I know Arsenal were not exactly setting the world on fire. We're not playing that good, but surely we have enough to put them away. I too am a bit fearful because Mikel Arteta's tactics sometimes backfire completely, drastically. But this Newcastle team haven't won a game all season. They're 20th place in the league. I think we have enough to put them away. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. And we need to take the 3 points with the trip to United coming up because it's Jekyll and Hyde for us, man. I mean, the back four, excuse me, the back four against Liverpool at Anfield, nobody turned up. It was an awful performance. The only guy that came out of the game with any credit, like I said, was Ramsdale. Smith Rowe tried. I mean, he did his best, but he's not at that level. You know what I mean? Liverpool had us for breakfast. The only guy that made a difference in the game was Ramsdale. He saved us from getting an absolute hammering. Let's see. The takeover is giving Newcastle United Football Club confidence, and Arsenal have been bipolar this season. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's giving them confidence, but they're not doing the business. They've slipped further and further down. They were, I think, in 18th when the takeover went in, and now they've slipped down to 20th. So it hasn't been an immediate turnaround. A lot of people think, yeah, it's going to be a tough game against them on Saturday. Maybe they're right. I hope they're wrong myself as an Arsenal fan. I hope we can put the game to bed easily enough in the first half and take the 3 points. We definitely can't underestimate them. It's just the formation that Arteta is going to pick is what worries me. Is he going to go for this 4-2-3-1? I would play 4-4-2 standard. You know what I mean? You can play attacking football with a 4-4-2. But, you know, you use the wingers. You push forward. You've got 2 hitmen up front. It's definitely more solid, man. 2 lines of 4 in front of the keeper. I think we need that solidity. Even though we're at home against Newcastle, they haven't won a game all season. Like you said, maybe they're getting the bit between their teeth. But we definitely need to sit back, absorb some pressure, and work the ball out from the back when we get a chance. Press them from the bund to try to hit them on the break. But if we press on the front, we need quick players. I don't know what Gabriel Martinelli has to do to get a game this season. He should be playing up front against Newcastle now. Why didn't we play him against Liverpool? If we're trying to press them from the front, we need quick players. Look at Liverpool's pressing game. Look at fast players they have. If you want to press a team, you need quick players at the front in the front line to actually get the pressure on and to cover the ground. Arsenal, why don't we play Martinelli? I mean, he deserves to be played more than he is. He's always done well for the club when he's played. Obviously, if you put him in a game against Chelsea with 10 minutes to go, he's not going to have much impact when they're winning 2-0 and when they're completely dominating. That's the way Arteta seems to use him. He throws on Martinelli with 10 minutes to go against Manchester City. And we're 5-0 down. And then he's scratching his head after the game. Oh, he didn't have much impact. Yeah, the game was over by then. You know what I mean? Putting them on with 10 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go. And we're getting stuffed 5-0. And the heads have dropped a long time ago. Why doesn't he start the player? What does Martinelli have to do to get a game? He won the gold medal at the Olympics in Tokyo with the Brazilian national team. He came back to the Emirates, back to London. He thought he was going to be a regular. He was looking forward to the challenge, looking forward to being in the limelight and playing regular football. He must be looking for the exit now. I mean, he must want to leave. We're going to let him go. I don't know, man. And we've got a serious goal scoring problem in the team. And we're not trying out Martinelli. He's young, he's fit, and he's fearless. And he's strong, he's quick. I mean, it just doesn't make sense, man. My God. I mean, United are lucky. Yeah? You must be happy. You got rid of your Mikel Arteta. We still have our Mikel Arteta. You got rid of Solskjaer. Arteta needs to go the same way. How bad do the results have to get this season before he gets the boot? You know what I mean? He had us down in the relegation zone at the start of the season. We could slip back there again the way things are looking. And in the big games, we conceded 11 and we scored none against Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. We conceded 11 and we didn't even register a single goal. 5-0 we were beaten by City, 2-0 by Chelsea, 4-0 by Liverpool. Say no more about it. You know what I mean? This whole thing for Amazon, people were saying that to me earlier when I did a live stream that maybe he was acting up with Jurgen Klopp on a sideline for the whole thing with Amazon. Maybe he was, but he definitely didn't inspire the players in the second half. We were only 1-0 down at half time, and we should have been out of sight. They should have absolutely destroyed us. You know what I mean? Martinelli was very hyped up when he joined, but he hasn't really done much so far, also due to managers. Yeah, and to be honest, I think he's a player that's got ability, and I think he deserves a shot. I mean, when you've got Aubameyang playing regularly, and Martinelli's not in with a shout. What about Joe Willock? We let him go to Newcastle, our opponents, at the weekend. People are saying he's going to hit a hat-trick against Arsenal. Exactly. It's bizarre, man. It's bizarre he doesn't feature Martinelli when we need firepower. He's injury-free. He's fit. He's never had a serious injury. He's tall and he's strong and he's very quick. I mean, he can run the whole length of the pitch with the ball on the counter and score like he did against Chelsea last season. He's very, very fast. And why doesn't Mikel Arteta play him? Like I said, he'd bring him on against Man City in the last 5 minutes when we're 5-0 down. And he's kind of like, geez, well, he didn't do too much for us. He couldn't even get into the game at that point. And the game was over. The heads had dropped. Nobody was pushing forward. And everybody was just, damage limitation. He needs to start a game. He needs game time. He's not getting any game time. You know what I mean? What do we have to do to actually, I just don't know. He's a top talent, so you're like exactly, he's a top talent, but he needs confidence. And you only get confidence. He's a confident young man, yeah, but you only get confidence by playing games, game time. You get your feel back, your touch back. You take a couple of shots at the goal. He's not getting any opportunity to play in the system, to play with the players we have. They don't know each other. He comes on for 5 minutes at the end then where we're getting trashed by City. And Arteta's scratching his head. He didn't do much there. He only had 5 minutes. And we were under the cosh. And nobody was giving him the ball. So what could he do against them? You know what I mean? Ah, man. Delighted to say that one of the real deal gunners is after joining my stream. It only took him 37 minutes. I'm only joking, Warren. I'm pulling your leg out. How are you getting on, Warren? Anybody that doesn't know this man's channel, do yourselves a favor. Like his videos. Subscribe to his channel. Click on the notifications bell that you get notified every time he uploads content. It's as simple as that. He does many different things on his channel. He does live streaming. He does like the podcast where he talks about old grounds that he has visited throughout his time supporting Arsenal as a football fan around the grounds of England. He's currently doing about Scotland's greatest sides. Warren to Taib. I don't think Taib is still here, Warren. He was on about a half an hour ago, just right at the start. I think now he's taking a break. He's probably doing the wild thing with his girlfriend. But anyway, Warren's team talking. I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear you're good, man. I'm coming back to the UK, Warren. I don't know, did you get the message on the WhatsApp group? I've been annoying the hell out of people. Myself and me board are flying back on December the 4th because things, to be honest, haven't worked out here in Cork, in Ireland. It's been a nightmare from start to finish. So we're heading back on December the 4th. We're flying directly from Cork to Stansted Airport, just outside London. And then we're going to head up to Milton Keynes for a couple of weeks as we settle in. And then we're going to look to get jobs and a place to live in London if possible. So hopefully, fingers crossed, good things will happen for us. Maybe sometime we can meet up, Warren. It would be fun. You know what I mean? It would be fun. Maybe not for my wife because she'd have two crazy Arsenal YouTubers in the same place. But yeah, it is what it is. We have a challenge coming up, but we're looking forward to it. We have like another 10 days here. And then we're off to the airport. The airport's only over there. It's a small city here where I am. Cork is the second city in the Republic after Dublin, but it's a very small city. So we're just going to cruise over to the airport. It's like 10 minutes up the road here, like just up on the motorway over there. And we're going to be straight out the Gap and on our way to the UK again. It's much better in the UK than it is here, in my opinion. We were there last year and it didn't work out. But we were there in January. We were there in January until May. Around January, February, of course, it was full lockdown, so we just kind of paid for a place, stayed in there, didn't come out, and got through it. I got a job from March to May, and just as we left London, my wife got a job offer, but we were already on our way to South America. So I'm sure now this time around things will be better, things are more open, there's more jobs, and hopefully things will go well for us. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we need a bit of the fingers crossed, Warren, because it's do or die at this point. We're looking for a place to settle and have some kind of quality of life, you know. So I hope it works out, because my wife hated Switzerland. I was set up in Switzerland. She hated it there, so we left. Cork is hell. Ireland is hell right now. Trying to get an apartment or something, rent is, forget it. So London has more options, I saw, and it has much more options with jobs. So we're positive. We're thinking positive, and we're going to go forward. Hopefully it'll work out for us, you know. Need to have a bit of faith. We'll see what happens. Tough times for the OG. We'll see what happens. You know. I hope things work out for us. I'm sure people will support us along the way, because at the end, if we don't get support, we're not going to go far. It's as simple as that. If everybody wants to donate £5,000 to my bank account, I'll give you the bank number and just donate that £5,000 directly into my bank account. And if I'm questioned about it by the bank, I'll say the money was resting in my account until I moved it on. Okay, that'll be the official term. All right, guys? So crack out that cash, £5,000, easy money. Warren, go underneath the mattress and pull out the £5,000 and send it over to me, all right? Send a pigeon, let the pigeon bring it over. But yeah, that's it, guys. What do you think about the game at the weekend, Warren? Do you think we're going to beat Newcastle? How do you see that working out? It's going to be a challenge, in my opinion. It's not going to be an easy one. But I think at the end of the day, we're going to get the job done against them. I think we're going to win. A lot of people think that we're going to actually end up getting a 2-2 draw, or that we're going to lose. I'm not too worried about Newcastle, to be honest. I mean, they may have a little rejuvenation and all, but this team have not won a game in 12. And they're down at the bottom. They've slipped down further. When their new owners took over, I think they were 18th. Now they're 20th. They're rock bottom, where we were at the start of the season, where we were back in August. I'm not too worried about them, to be honest. I don't know why people are kind of like not sure we get the result. I don't see that being a problem against them. I mean, they're not exactly the greatest team in the world. You know what I mean? Resilient and this and that. I just don't think they're going to do much against us, to be honest. That's my opinion anyway. I'm not worried about it at all. The only thing I'll be worried about is maybe a bit of complacency from Arsenal. But I'm sure they're going to approach the game the right way and go all out to take the 3 points. And we have a fantastic goalkeeper, and the defence has improved. It has improved. Against Liverpool, okay, things didn't go to plan, let's just say that. We were well beaten in the end. 4-0 is 4-0. It could have been worse if it wasn't for Aaron Ramsdale's heroics. But let's see what happens. I honestly think we can do something against them, you know. I honestly think we can do something. But we'll have to see how it goes. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. I'm just going to have some chocolate there, guys. Bear with me. It's a new health regime. I'm into a lot of comfort eating right now. So that's what I'm doing to get myself through the hard times. Have some chocolate. Oh, yeah. Terry's chocolate orange. It's very good. Qué bueno. Qué rico. That's just a little bit of Espanol that I learned over in Venezuela there, guys. You know what I mean? I need to panic. I got things under control. Alright. Let's go with this. It's good for a long time. Alright, yeah, let's see. I think you should ask Arteta for financial assistance, given he's sitting on his arse doing sweet FA. Yeah, he's taking all the money home with him. The scumbag. He's literally a scumbag. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to see the way things work out. But yeah, so I do a bit of the jiggery pokery. I'm actually going to be staying on in Milton Keynes when I arrive in the UK. I don't know, do you know that area well, Warren, or what it's like out there? Is it nice? I've never been there, yeah. We're going to be staying out in Milton Keynes. Well, it's far enough away from London, but yeah. We're flying to Stansted, then we're going to get the car and head up to Milton Keynes. And then we can see how things work out. Give ourselves a little bit of time to settle, start looking for jobs, start looking for a place to live. And we'll see how things work out, you know. It's going to be interesting. It's not going to be boring. It's definitely not going to be boring. And that's all there is about it. Hopefully my wife can get a nice job she likes. We can have some kind of future there. I will, I think, go to the London Irish Centre you were talking about when I get there. I know the area of Camden it's in because I have a friend living very close to there. I've been there before. I've actually walked past the London Irish Centre. Right by the ghetto in Camden, you know. Take your phone, take your, you know what I mean, and then you stroll over. There's another patch on Caracas though. You know what I mean? Caracas would go through Camden in 10 or 15 minutes. Then they'd head out to Peckham and go through Peckham in half an hour. That's Caracas. You know what I mean? Men against boys. Alright, so that's it. Huge game ahead at the weekend, guys. You really need to make an impact in that game. The formations, we've been going between a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-4-2. I honestly would keep it safe and play a 4-4-2 against Newcastle. Keep it tight, strong at the back. If Tierney's fit, of course, he goes straight back into the back four. With the footballer formerly known as Ben White, with Gabriel, and with the man that had a nightmare against Liverpool, Tomiyasu. But all the back four had a nightmare, to be honest. The only one that came out of it with any bit of credit was that man, Ramsdale. Well, see, look, I'm not worried about the Newcastle game. If we win, great. If we lose, one step closer to Arteta being sacked. And what do you think about the Man United game, Warren? Do you think we can go up to Old Trafford? Of course, that is the very next game after that. That is on Saturday, the 2nd of December. Arsenal at Old Trafford. You think we can go up there and do something against them? It's not going to be easy, I know that. It's going to be a tough challenge. It is what it is. We'll have to see how it goes, but I'm sure we can do something in that game. I'm sure we can get something out of that game. They haven't been going too well right now, of course. They lost their manager. We're not exactly setting the world on fire, but I hope we can go up there and get something out of that match and actually do something in the game. Very slow night tonight for people watching my live stream. Nothing really going on right now. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's see what happens, huh? Say no more about it. You just check out little jiggery pokery there. The old jiggery pokery. How many people have actually been tuning into the old Skool gunner? Milton Keynes, I have never been there before. Ah, Warren, you haven't lived, man. You haven't lived. Yeah, me either. Let's see what happens. I haven't been there either, so let's see what happens, huh? Me either, Warren, me either. But let's see what goes on over there, huh? We know somebody there anyway that we can stay with for a while. There's a wife of my friends, a Venezuelan woman that we've met in London many times when we've been there. She's living out there now. So we'll see what happens out there, you know. At least we have a place to stay when we first get there. No worries about having a place to stay like we did here. Huge expense, no jobs, that kind of crap. We already had bank accounts set up for since the last time we were there. All we need to do is find jobs and get a place to stay. United, same attitude as the Newcastle game. Yeah. You seem like you've got a bit renegade, Warren. You've got a bit AWOL, yeah? Absent without authorised leave about Arteta. I mean, I think you took the defeat against Liverpool badly, yeah? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, all in all, it was a tough game, you know? And it was a tough result. And yeah, it's been hard. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the defeat against Liverpool was very, very tough. There's nothing I can say about that. It was an incredible loss. They absolutely battered us in the second half. We got blown off the park. But yeah, it sounds like you've taken that defeat to heart, yeah. Maybe you realise that it showed you how far away we are from actually competing. It's obviously not nice to be beaten by the Scousers like that, to be beaten by Liverpool up at Anfield like that. Maybe you know a couple of Liverpool fans that were rubbing it in, taking the piss, but it is what it is. They have a good team right now. To lose to them, I know Lee Gunner is from Milton Keynes. Is that where he hails from, is it? Wow, interesting. Maybe it'll bring me luck when I'm up there as a YouTuber. Huh? Maybe I'll get a bit of luck. Maybe I can do something with my channel when I'm up there. I'll ask him, does he have any tips about a nice pub or a nice chipper or something in the area of Milton Keynes? I'll be out and about, you know what I mean, doing my thing. But yeah, it is what it is. You'll have to see how it goes. Hard to say really what's going to happen either way, but yeah, you'll have to look at the whole job situation, and then you'll have to look at a living situation, and hopefully we can get a start there, you know. We have a bit of money behind us, but we're not millionaires, so we need to hit the ground running and we need to get it working straight away. I think Stapes was talking that he can put in a word for me as a concierge in a hotel, so hopefully that'll kind of go well, you know. Hopefully he can do that, and I can get a steady job and something that I can do. I'm not under too much pressure. I just put in the hours and do the job and take home the pay. And my wife can get a little start at something and we can build from there. That would be perfect for us. I mean, for me, there's no better city to live in the world than London. I mean, we both love London. I'm Irish, but I like London. You know what I mean? Simple as. I have a lot of time for the city, and it's pure international, it's multicultural, and I like it there. It's a good feeling when you're in the city. And yeah, I'm sure where you are, Warren, is nice too. One day I would like to come visit if that's okay. Not looking for anything, just say hi, see how you're doing. You know me. I mean, you can trust me. There'll be no hassle. I'll just come out and say hi, see how you are, bring my wife, and we can talk, you know, and, you know, be friends. It would be nice. It would be nice. Anyway, I'll see it. Only come on if you want it. If you don't, I wouldn't come on. Wouldn't make you feel uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Only what you're comfortable with. So yeah, hopefully we can get the 3 points. Hopefully we can get the win at the weekend. It's going to be a massive one. I'm just going to push on now until the hour mark, do an hour straight, and then I'm going to knock off, guys, because I've already been on for over 50 minutes. Been a slow one tonight, but you can't set the world on fire, you know, every night. It's going to show my jersey there. A lot of people hopefully enjoying this live stream. I'm just going to knock it on the head there, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And see you later. And thanks you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to Warren from Warren's Team Talk. If you haven't already, guys, check out his channel. Like his videos. Subscribe to the man. And don't forget to click on the notifications. You're going to find every time he uploads content. And whatever you do, guys, don't forget to actually comment in the comment section below his videos. What I find disappointing is that the game showed we have not improved one bit since the first game of the season. And people are back in this long. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, what can I say, Warren? You hit the nail on the head. I mean, Liverpool are an incredible team, but the performance was bad. We were completely outclassed from start to finish. There was nothing much going on in the game, and it was like a no-brainer, you know, it was a non-runner. We went into the game and we lost the game. We didn't really have a chance to get anything out of the match. And that was the real painful bit, to be honest. We couldn't get anything out of the game. That was probably what hurt the most. All right, I'm going to knock it on the head there. I'm going to maybe do another live stream after this about the Karim Benzema thing. Try to garner a bit of interest. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to Warren. I appreciate it, Warren. And take care of yourself. And see you next time. Come on, you Gooners. Peace.